The Houston Rockets paid Jalen Green a contract designed to trade him. Now the Golden State Warriors are trying to do the same thing with Jonathan Kuminga, and it has caused a roadblock that neither side knows how to get across. The Warriors and Kuminga have been locked in off and on contract negotiations for weeks, and it has ground everything else in NBA free agency to a halt. There is a line of players waiting to sign with Golden State who have to wait on Kuminga, and it appears other teams waiting on other free agents are also stuck in suspended animation. Jonathan Kuminga wants to be paid like a star, but while he is capable of scoring in massive bursts, he hasn't put together the other aspects of being a winning player to give confidence to either Golden State or other teams that they should go all in on paying him. That has led the Warriors to prioritize signing Kuminga to a tradable contract. They want him to accept a 2-year deal with a second-year team option, and then also he will need to waive his implicit no-trade clause. In other words, they are demanding the most trade-friendly contract possible. This would not be a contract designed to extend his time as a part of Golden State and their franchise, but rather a placeholder, so they can trade him during the season when the base year compensation rules lift, and it is easier to trade him. This sign-to-trade approach was already used by another Western Conference team, one that the Warriors are quite familiar with, and to great effect. Mike DUNLEAV and company appear to be taking a page out of the Houston Rockets playbook. The Warriors are trying to copy the Rockets. Last fall, the Houston Rockets went down to the wire negotiating rookie contract extensions with their 2 members of the 2021 NBA Draft, number 2 pick Jalen Green and mid-round pick Alperen Sengun. To that point, Sengun had shown more despite his lower draft pedigree, but Houston didn't just pay both the maximum that they could pay despite their production and promise. They negotiated actual contracts short of the maximum amount, and there was an obvious goal in mind for Jalen Green's contract. It was very tradable. While Green had blossomed into a solid NBA scorer, his game in other ways had not come around yet. Defense, passing, decision-making, motor. The Rockets were not prepared to commit to Green as a centerpiece of their team moving forward, but he had the production to demand a legitimate contract in restricted free agency. The two sides compromised on a short-term contract that paid Green enough for him to sign the extension ahead of restricted free agency, but would not prevent the Rockets from trading him this offseason. The deal was a 3-year, $106 million contract with a player option, a so-called 2+1 deal that was the first of its kind for such a large number. The Rockets were indeed able to then use Green's contract as matching salary this summer, sending him to Phoenix as a part of the return for Kevin Durant. The deal was not so large nor so long as to make the swap negative salary, even though Green's trajectory stayed the same. Lots of scoring, flashes of potential, not enough winning basketball. Warriors coaches will likely tell you he was the primary reason the Rockets lost their first-round series to Golden State this past spring. This brings us back to Kuminga. He did not agree to a contract extension ahead of restricted free agency, and he proceeded to have a lower-quality version of the season that Jalen Green just had. Scoring, flashes of more, not enough winning basketball. That puts him at a lower level in contract negotiations. Add in the Warriors' very real financial limitations, and Kuminga is struggling to get anything in a new deal. The offer they have made is disrespectful, yes, but they have the leverage to do so. Golden State wants to sign Kuminga to a contract they know they can trade in 6 months. Jonathan Kuminga wants to sign a contract that will pay him what he thinks he deserves, but he doesn't have the leverage to get it. He needs to find his way to the right short-term deal to set him up for a larger payday down the road. But thanks to the Rockets, that will be an even more difficult task. The Golden State Warriors aren't easing into the new season. The league's early schedule leaks have them front and center from the jump, right where the NBA wants them. On October 21st, opening night, Golden State heads to Los Angeles to face the Lakers on NBC. Shams Charania dropped the news Thursday, with the Oklahoma City Thunder also hosting the Houston Rockets as part of a doubleheader. For the Warriors, it's a stage built for stars. Stephen Curry against LeBron James, again, if LeBron is still in purple and gold. Jimmy Butler on the big stage. And Luka Doncic gearing up for his first full season as a Laker, bringing a new kind of electricity to an already storied matchup. The first regular season NBC broadcast in over 2 decades makes it even bigger. The NBA is setting this one up to feel like an event because it is an event. Splash Brothers set for Christmas Day return. A couple of months later, Golden State gets another spotlight. The NBA's holiday tradition will feature the Warriors hosting the Dallas Mavericks in one of 5 Christmas Day games. And it's not just any Mavericks team. It's Klay Thompson returning to the Bay for Christmas, not for the first time, but always with extra meaning. It's Anthony Davis bringing his two-way dominance into Chase Center. And it's Dallas' new #1 overall pick, Cooper Flagg, getting his first taste of the NBA's biggest regular season stage. Butler will be in his first Christmas game as a Warrior, while Draymond Green will almost certainly approach it like a playoff matchup. Everything about this one screams drama before the ball even goes up. The rest of the day's slate. Cleveland Cavaliers at New York Knicks. San Antonio Spurs at Thunder. Rockets at Lakers. Minnesota Timberwolves at Denver Nuggets. Warriors in the NBA's biggest moments. Opening night in LA and Christmas in San Francisco. The league couldn't make its intentions any clearer. The Warriors are still must-see TV. The October 21st game against the Lakers is an instant measuring stick, a chance to spoil the opening for a Western rival and set the tone for the season. Months later, the Christmas Day clash with Dallas could have playoff seeding implications. It's also a chance to see how this Warriors group stacks up against a retooled Mavericks team led by Davis, Thompson, and Flagg. The Warriors wanted to be in these games. Now they have them. National TV. High stakes. And all eyes watching. The Golden State Warriors need to add complementary pieces around their 4-time NBA champion and future Hall of Famer Stephen Curry before the 2025-26 season tips off. While Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler will aim to lead Golden State on another championship run, the rotation still carries plenty of question marks. The Warriors' much-debated two-timeline approach paid off in 2022 with a title, but the roster is now in a place where it could use another young piece capable of winning both now and in the future. One potential name? Jaden Ivey. Why the Warriors could target Jaden Ivey. According to Clutch Point's RB Hayek, the Detroit Pistons' former #5 overall pick is on the trading block, a development that would have been unthinkable not long ago. Hayek noted that Detroit's lack of size hurt them against the New York Knicks and that the team has learned how to play without him, thanks to depth pieces like Karis LeVert. Dean Simon of the Sporting News recently floated a scenario where Golden State could make a play for Ivey, suggesting a package built around Brandon Podziemski and another young asset. Ivey's fit and what it could cost. Ivey, 23, was in the middle of a breakout campaign last season before a fractured fibula on January 1st ended his year early. In just 30 games, he posted career highs of 17.6 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 4.0 assists, while shooting an impressive 40.9% from 3. His burst, agility, and above-the-rim finishing have always been there, but 2024-25 brought a more polished, controlled version of his game, one that could fit seamlessly alongside Curry in the Warriors' backcourt. The challenge? Price tag. Ivey's talent, contract, and age make him an expensive get. But if Detroit is truly open to moving him and willing to consider a deal for multiple young contributors, Golden State could at least make an intriguing call. For a team searching for consistent scoring and athleticism on the perimeter, Ivey checks both boxes. It's far from certain the Pistons would pull the trigger, but if the opportunity presents itself, this is the type of swing that could reshape the Warriors' present and future.